Where's my thingy? Hold on. Where's my oh, there it is. My script. My subscription. Okay, everything's loaded. Yay! Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Hi, Thomas. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? How are you doing today, my friend? We are back at it again today with the Tiny Bunny. This time we're playing the full game. This is the full game, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited to play this game. I've been waiting to play this for a little while now, so I'm very excited. Hello, Thomas. Hello, hello. How are you doing today, friend? I hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a lovely day. But yeah, I'm sorry if you hear me kind of taking a lot of deep breaths lately today. My asthma is acting up a bit today. The weather is a little warm and a little humid on my end of the world. So, my asthma's just been acting up a bit. I have my inhaler. Actually, let me get it. My inhaler is by my bedside table. Hold on, let me grab that. But I have my inhaler handy. I'm okay. I'm not in any kind of trouble. Yikes. Yikes, dinkus. Got it. This isn't like a happy-go-lucky cutesy fun time game. Oh no, it is not. But yeah, if I'm taking a lot of deep breaths or pauses today, it's just because my asthma's acting up. It happens every once in a while. I'm okay. I have my inhaler. Actually, I should probably real quick. Hit that bad boy real quick. So yeah, I'm just feeling a little ill, but I'm going to be taking my time. I'm not going to push myself too much. I know some of you get worried if I overdo it, so I know a lot of you get worried if I overdo it, so I'm going to just take it easy today. But yeah, if you hear me taking some deep breaths or pauses, it's mostly just because my asthma's being a little funny. Let's see. But yeah, I'm excited. This is a beautiful artwork horror game. Those of you who are here who saw the prologue already know that this is not going to be a happy-go-lucky fun game. So let's get into it. Mi game, por favor. Thank you. This is a Russian-based game. Thankfully, they have an option in English. So, yeah, a lot of this takes place, I guess, in Russia. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So we're going to probably start again from the prologue. Just kind of as a refresher, which is fine. Alright. The wind clawed at my window all night long. I wandered the fields and howled like a hungry beast. And this song reads from all sorts of voices. Shrill, sneery, toying in the air. Wait, hold on. Why is that? I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. Menu. Settings. It's being funny. Hold on. There we go. Oh, why is it so small? Okay, hold on. There we go. Hold on. I kind of spawned out of my radius here. There we go. That's better. Small rabbit. Alright, let's go back. There we go. An endless song weaved from all sorts of voices. Shrill, gentle, sneery, toying the air. They were shouting and laughing. Hi, Satamon, how are you doing today? And arguing about something. Someone was running through the snow while casting long shadows that would occasionally creep close to my bed. Our house had a mind of its own, the creaking old mind of a building that had seen a lot in its days and was seemingly trying to share its wisdom with the inhabitants. A lonely house faced the forest, and the dark green thicket gazed back with its hollow eyes, rustling, whizzing, swaying back and forth. One could come out and stand at the edge of the forest to reassure themselves. There was nobody behind the crooked trees. Fuzzy silhouettes swaying in the wind couldn't possibly do any harm. It was just a play of light and shadow. Just a play. I knew it was my imagination. I was already 12 after all. Still. What might even say a hair short? Episode 1. The Owl Will Arrive. This is a very lovely game. It is all, I believe it's all hand-drawn. So the art is just lovely. Hey, put away your book. How many times have I told you not to read at the table? It's bad for your health. Look how slouched you are. Ooh, that reminds me. I should probably sit up. Small bunny indeed. Alright, hide my book. I didn't protest and put the book about Conan the Barbarian aside. I was stuck in a line I couldn't understand after reading it 3 times anyway. Olya has already finished her breakfast and was munching on some cookies. She was so enthusiastic she almost looked like your typical girl from the commercials. You're not going anywhere until you finish it all. I, on the other hand, was still trying to drill a hole into the plate with my eyes, as if it would make the porridge disappear. Hazy anxiousness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless night, the black forest around our house, and the gloomy wind. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became. It looked like a jellyfish from the Cousteau Odyssey. I love that show. I wonder how horrifying the bottom of the ocean is, or how cold the black forest is at night. The spoon fell out of my hand. Mom showered me with a cold glare from her green eyes. What did I just say? I'll get it. I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before battling the nasty porridge once again. I felt around for the spoon. What is this, carved on the other side of the table? Karina. Heh, that's my mom's name. I guess she carved it out with something pointing when she was little. She sure was a rascal, damaging the furniture like that. She would scold me for a week if I did something similar, though. Should I remind her about it? No, she's been in a bad mood lately. I imagined her being my age, sitting under this table. I wonder, was Mom afraid of the dark back then? Were the sounds coming from the attic? Or the thick forest? I imagined my grandma coming into my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of her bed, where Olya sleeps nowadays, and saying this in her soft, soothed voice. Taiga is a special place, little girl. It's watching you closely, sniffing you out, trying to discern what kind of beast you are. If you're a good sort, it won't abandon you in times of trouble. But if you're a bad apple, it'll grab you by the side and drag you underground. And that would be it. Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody, never yelled, never swore. Those were the times without the maddening screams until late at night, while smashed dishes and mutual accusations. Our parents used to love each other back then. I remember listening to one of their conversations by chance. They were talking about Grandma getting prepared for her funeral. She had already bought a casket, and she called it her cute funeral box. It waited for its time in the closet, patiently. It was a black upholstered with meat-colored materials on the inside. I saw it when my grandma was getting buried. The house hadn't changed since the last time she was alive. Only all of the photos were gone. Glass-covered pictures with gray faces of my ancestors. They all had a dead but watchful look on their eyes. I crawled out from under the table. Olya was doing her cookies and was looking at my share like a sly woodland creature. I turned my gaze towards the frosted window. There were a lot of dark pines outside, but they didn't grab my attention. The pattern of frost formed a picture on the glass. Olya, look, it's a fox. Where? It almost looked like those optical illusion thingies they put in the back of student notebooks. A mixture of lines at first glance, but if you blur your vision a little bit and look at a certain angle. Not outside, on the window. Look, here's the nose, and here's... Hey, eat up! Yes, just a moment. I don't see anything. Hurry up, there's not much left. Ah, there it is, but it still doesn't look like one. It still doesn't look like one. And I'm telling you it does. Nuh-uh. It does. Stop it. These kids, I swear. Now I couldn't see the fox either. He disappeared. Went away. Only the frosty patterns, similar to stretched out nettle leaves, kept creeping up the glass. My dad entered the kitchen with long, measured steps. I want to have a beard like his when I grow up. Mama always acts jokingly. Come on, shave it off, it stings. This was so long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an everyday occurrence. Olia was always covered her ears whenever she hears something like, "What's the point in all this?" through the wall. "It's all for your sake," Dad would reply. "For the sake of our family." I always caught every sound in fear of hearing the most dreaded, the deadliest word that started with a D. D-I-V-O. I don't even want to finish it. I was scared to imagine that me and my little sister could be torn apart and taken into two different families. "Anyway, your fox is nothing. I have an owl on my window." "You and your owl talk again. You said you believed me just yesterday." "Has anyone seen my car keys? I remember leaving them on the windowsill." "Right. Maybe you did, and maybe not. You're a grown man, a father of two, and still..." "Karina, please shut up. Please stop." I said please shut up. Yeah, that too. "Karina, please stop." My first instinct was to say shut up. Holy shit. Like, shut up. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. "Karina, please stop. Just let me get ready in peace." "Your keys are in the basket near the phone." "Well, thank you very much." "Anton, stop making a martyr of yourself and finish eating already." "But the owl..." "There was no owl." But there was one. It had giant glowing eyes." Olga sprung up from the chair and placed her hands on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes with her fingers the size of an apple each. "Last year you had Baba in your closet, and now this owl?" "But I saw it." Olga shifted her gaze back and forth from Dad to Mom to me, but couldn't find any support. "Hello, Sarah. Hello. I'm a little wheezy today. My asthma is acting up a bit, but I'm okay for the most part. Yeah, but I'm alright. How are you doing today? I'm glad to hear you're doing well. But I'm hoping you're having a wonderful day." Olga shifted her gaze back and forth from Dad to Mom to me, but couldn't find any support. "Have you thought about befriending it? You know, feeding it with imaginary mice." "Don't bully our girl. She's just afraid to sleep alone because she's still little." Olga pouted her lips in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. The staircase that led to the second floor creaked. Mom gave Dad a strict look. Oh, that look in her eyes. It's so uncomfortable to be pinned under it. Dad just snorted in reply and left, ringing the keys he just found. "Hello, John. Hello. How are you doing today, friend? I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're doing well." A minute had passed, and the theme song from The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. It was stored on incredibly worn-out cassette tape, which Dad already had glued together once. It's so easy to fix objects, by gluing them back together, for example. But how do you fix a relationship? Doing meh? I feel that. I hope you can sit back, relax, and hang out with us for a little while. You know, take your mind off stuff and just enjoy the story, friend. I hope things get better. Mom moved to the living room and I was left alone, anxiously stealing glances at the window. Olga had trouble sleeping ever since we moved into this house. She would toss and turn and curl up into a ball under her blanket. Sometimes she would jump in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. Cartoons helped to take her mind off all the troubles we had with the move and our parents. And then Olga said she saw a giant flying monster outside her window. She became obsessed with it. Our parents did everything in their power. They tried every little trick to get rid of those ridiculous fears. Olga refused to sleep alone and didn't believe that the owl was just one of her nightmares. After last night, I wasn't sure what to make of my sister's words, what to think of it myself. Can nightmares be infectious? That night I couldn't get a wink of sleep and ended up thinking of what to expect for my new school. There were a couple of days left before the beginning of a new term. My imagination drew long, twisting hallways that led to a classroom full of kids. All the students had behind their desks were simply dark figures cut out using a template. Circular holes gaped in the middle of their faces, and pairs of eyes blinked inside those holes. It was as if some completely different creatures were looking at me from behind the flat black silhouettes. Their cruel glares filled with icy sneers made me shiver from head to toe. Will I survive here? Will they gang up on me and beat me down? Stomp on me with their bloodied shoes? The damn school can burn for all I care. I just wish for anything to happen to it. It doesn't really matter what. I didn't want to go there that badly. I didn't want to see people who were just itching to smack me on the head, trip me up, think of a new offensive name for me, worse than the previous one. I felt like the glasses I wore made me an outsider or some sort of monster. My gaze slid across the drawings hanging on the wall. I couldn't consider myself a great artist, but Olya begged me to hang them. Drawing was the only thing that made me happy as of late. The small circle of friends I had also enjoyed my paintings, and they promised to call me from time to time. Sometimes I imagine Mom picking up the phone and saying in a cold voice, "You got the wrong number." Or, "Anton is not around." Anton is not around. I imagine my future classmates lying in their beds, just like me, listening to the howls of invisible werewolves outside their windows. Maybe my new classmates will like me after all. But who would ever like a boy with thick glasses? I mean, my dad used to wear glasses when he was little, and now he's married to the most beautiful woman on the planet, my mom. The house creaked, pressed by the wind. The condo we used to live in, a 9-floor concrete building, buzzed with the neighbor's drill, mumbled with a TV set from behind a wall, cried like a baby from the big family next door. Our current house, though I can't really call it new, was completely different. It was silent and easygoing during the day. Its shadows lay dormant in the corners, on the closet cobwebs and under the stairs. But they all woke up at night. Something was watching me from every corner, almost as if the old photos of my deceased family, with their ashen eyes, were hanging on the walls in place of my drawings. The floor was squeaking, rusty drains were moaning, the attic was occupied by noisy drafts. One could think the house was performing some sort of demonic melody. And then I realized that I was, in fact, hearing music. It was already playing for a good while. Somewhere at the edge of my perception, I could hear a flute. It was mixed with the sound of the wind, of the creaking house, and my thoughts, too. I stood up and rushed to the window. I wanted to reassure myself that this music was nothing more than a product of my imagination. It's not like someone is playing it there amidst the cold, snowy night, right? Oh, we get to open the window. Oh no. Oh, excuse me, I need a little sippy sip of tea. I can't interact with anything else, so yes. Oh. Someone was dancing in the field. Black silhouettes I could barely make out, with a dark forest as their backdrop. They jumped around, basked in moonlight, bumped into piles of snow, rolled around and crawled on all fours. Stories about wolves playing under the moon came to mind, but these were clearly not wolves. Hi, Wasabi. Hello, hello. How are you doing today? How are you doing today, friend? Good to see you. How you be? How you be today? I hope you're having a lovely day. Oh, I'm a little asthmatic today, so don't mind me if I'm like breathing a little heavily today. I'm just trying to keep my breath. I'm good. Eating curry I made 4 hours ago. Ooh, I want some curry. Can I have some? I want some. That sounds delicious. Alright. Stories about the wolves playing under the moon came to mind. But these are clearly not wolves. No, I can't have none? Aw. Okay, that's fair. Let's see. They stood upright at times, circle around, holding hands and whipping up snow, disappearing into the shadows for a brief moment and then coming back. Something bizarre was going on. Shadows dancing in the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time. Suddenly the music had stopped. The dancing shadows froze in place, and I could swear, pierced me with their eyes. One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival and sprinted across the field with a few giant leaps. Oh no. Oh no. It glided on squeaky snow without leaving any prints until it was devoured by the pitch-black shadow of my house, which became even darker and thicker. My heart was jumping around like a bird inside a cage. I shut the curtains with a swift motion and stepped back towards the bed. No, you can have the up and go in my fridge. Aw, okay. They saw me. Hello, Get Guarding. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here today, friend. Welcome, welcome. Are you new here? If you are, well, welcome, welcome. My name is Kate the Noctis. I am just your friendly neighborhood cat girl. Oh, it's Misfit. Misfit, you can't, you gotta warn me. Hi, Misfit. How are you doing today? I'm still gonna call you Misfit if that's alright. How are you doing today, Misfit? How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. My bad, hi. No, I'm going on good. We're playing a game today called Tiny Bunny. It is another horror visual novel. I love horror visual novels. They're so good. So we're getting into it today. So I hope you hang out and enjoy the story. They saw me. A freezing torrent of fear washed over me. I stood in the middle of a perfectly dark room and listened to some unwanted guests move and scrape around looking for an entrance. The sound moved to the right, then circled around the house. Now my guests should be at the front door. I jumped into the bed and covered myself with the blanket as if it could protect me. The shackles of fear locked my muscles. I remember the funeral. My grandma lying there, hands crossed on her chest, her facial features sharp like that of a tin doll, and running up and down the legs of chairs that held my grandma's casket. I imagined those little creatures climbing up her head and pulling up her eyelids with their tiny legs. Then her wrinkly eyeballs would once again move inside their sockets and she'd be able to see her grandchildren. I was chanting the spell she taught me throughout the whole procedure. And now, lying under the blanket and listening to the squeaks and howls, I was repeating the same words. On the island of Bunyan, underneath the blemished sun, in the sea of color blue, stands a cabin made of wood. There lay lard and ash and hair, for the spawn of from Devil's Lair, to feast and always leave alone, God's faithful servant named Anton. Evil leave this house must. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The bizarre sounds had disappeared. I cautiously peeked out from under the blanket and saw curtains waving around like a hanged man. And the night doused me with a new portion of boiling terror. The sound scratched at my eardrums. In reality, something or someone was scratching at the front door, hurriedly clawing at wood, demanding to be let in. The door was shut. Dad had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock. I remember him staring at the forest intently as if he were looking for someone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I hugged my knees, placing my chin between them, and drilled the door with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the might of darkness. And then the doorknob twitched slightly, then turned halfway. Once, twice, as if the person who tried to enter it had no hands. The doorknob tilted once more and then started clicking violently. My jaw cramped from fear. My wet fingers clutched the blanket. The door creaked open. The wind taunted me, moaning inside the tin drains. Now you'll see. The door was wide open. The darkness writhed inside the carnivorous mouth of the doorway. Tosha! It was as if the night itself was calling out to me, flapping its black wings and squeaking with rusty hinges. I was trembling, ensnared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners of my room, waiting for the one who weaved it to come out of the gaping black hole. Dawn! My abdomen tightened and my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream. Before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me, Tosha, you asleep? My sister's pale face protruded from the thick shadows. I almost screamed from relief. Olya? I'm not sleeping. Did something happen? Olya frowned, stuck at her lower lip, a clear sign she was about to cry. It's there again, staring at me. Shoo her away, Tosha, please. I'm so scared. The fear that was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm Olya down. It was just a dream, silly. Don't be scared. Dreams don't bite. No one's going to harm you. Olya sobbed. She was trying her best to believe me. But was I sure myself? I have an idea. Let's go to your room and watch the video, Sleeping Beauty, for example. You like that cartoon, don't you? Why does the Sleeping Beauty have a prince and I have a scary bird? That question took me by surprise. Alright, let's watch Cinderella. My thoughts became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? What studied me with his eyes while dancing feverishly under the moon? The darkness was clinging to the window, and it couldn't be fooled by Grandma's old chants. It couldn't be satisfied with a feast of lard and long ashen hair. Dosha, you're coming? Yes, just a moment. Fuck me! I didn't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. I almost threw up in my mouth. That's how it like I choked on air and almost threw up in my mouth. Oh my god. Give me a second. Like I couldn't even, I inhaled at the wrong moment. Alright. I'm fucking crying, yo. That was a good jump scare though. I was not expecting that. See, that's a jump scare done right. Alright, let's go. That's why I didn't want to laugh at Olya and her owl in the morning. Who could be visiting us here in the middle of nowhere? We don't know anyone around here. So persistent. I felt extremely unsettled from just a silly thought that our morning guest could have come from the woods. I could barely hear voices coming from the front door. My mom was urging me to hide. In the closet, under the table, behind the curtains where Olya always hides. Dosha, come here. I felt like kettlebells were tied to my feet. I still dragged them towards the hallway. A couple of policemen towered over me in the doorway. I'm gonna save, because I don't want to do that all over again. Flipping, menu, glossary. I can't save? Wait, can I save? Alright, yes I can. Save. You guys know me, I'm a spastic saver. There we go. Yes, that's fine. I double clicked it, that's fine. My mom always winced and grumbled the moment she saw patrol cars. Worse than bandits. At the moment, though, she looked somewhat confused. Hello? The senior officer, who wore a grim expression, nodded. A boy has gone missing yesterday. His name is Vola. Look at us, please. Have you seen him? The policeman held out a photograph to me. Kiki! Okay, this game is so much better now. There's a Kiki. There was a ginger boy around the age of elementary school, pictured with a wall carpet as a backdrop. He had a striped cat in his hand and wore a wide smile. No, I haven't. Are you sure? Look closely. Where would I see him? I don't know anyone around here. I barely leave the house. Well, maybe you've seen them from the window. That's right. Your windows look straight into the forest, don't they? The window. No, I haven't seen anything. I see. He sounded tired by his eyes. His stare, long and heavy, was full of suspicion. I squirmed unwittingly under the weight of guilt, which his giant shadow cast over me. The policeman finally tore his eyes from me and glanced over the hallway, the stairways, and the cracks in the ceiling, which I haven't noticed before for some reason. How do you like your new place, by the way? Getting used to it? Bit by bit. It's just our little daughter misses the city a lot. Misses the city, huh? Have the locals been treating you well? Yes, everything is all right. Thank you. The policeman pierced through me one more time with his brown eyes. My head started spinning. Can I help you somehow? I asked it in a shaky voice to look like a polite boy and to end this unpleasant conversation sooner. Now that I think about it, you look like one of my nephews, little fella. He's a witty boy around your age. Wears the same type of goggles. Always engrossed in reading those mystery novels. Told me he wants to enroll in police school and his family visit this summer. Wanted to help other people, just like me, see? I felt uncomfortable, as if a distant relative and not a police officer stood before me. You know what? Little boys like you should stay at home, steer away from trouble. The times have changed so much. Mom interjected with a cold voice. You don't say. Ah, well then. What grade are you in, Anton? 6th? Have you made any friends here so far? Not yet. I'll be going to school for the first time after the break. Ah then, I'll leave you my number just in case. Call me if you have any new info. The policemen were gone along with their shadows, the smell of cheap cologne and the photo of a smiling boy. His face still stood before my eyes. I wondered what it was like for him, being all alone, there. For some reason, I thought of the forest swaying in the wind. What did his poor parents feel? And what would my parents do if I'd gone missing? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Or would they accuse each other like they always do and forget about me eventually? Mom, this Vova, did he go missing in our forest? Seems like it, poor child. I look out the window and then at the road. The police Uzi drove off towards the village. The officer's nephew came to mind when I was splitting off old paint from the windowsill. I remembered all the teenage mystery novels from the Black Kitty series I've read this summer. Your average boys and girls investigated all sorts of mysteries there. They looked for clues, spied on suspicious people, and after a set of amazing adventures, BAM! Solved any complicated case. They became local celebrities and must have made their parents very proud. I noticed a trail of policeman footprints that led into the forest. And then it clicked in my head. Why don't I start an investigation of my own? Maybe I'll find that lost boy. Get a reward. Olya would be so happy. And not only Olya, Mom and Dad too. Maybe they'll even forget about their quarrels for a while. Maybe even save us from the D word. I fantasize about buying Olya a Tamagotchi and getting a cassette player and a bunch of tapes for myself. And a whole box of Kinder Surprise. When was the last time our parents bought us any toys? Last autumn, I think. My dad had lost his job at the time. There's that annoying song about it. I had little to no idea what an accountant's job was like. They count money, I think? Neighbors used to envy us. But nowadays, Mom and Dad barely had money to afford sweets, and Dad would always divide a single chocolate bar between me and Olya. Sometimes I gave her my share too. No matter how much I wanted to eat sweets, she was still just a pipsqueak. I couldn't wait to go out, looking for clues. I'm going outside! Yeah, right. You want the police to go around with your photograph next? The forest is so thick. What if the boy got snatched up by wild animals? Or something even worse? Even worse echoed through the hallway. I won't go far. I'll stay away from the forest. Did you hear what I said, or should I repeat myself? Better go pack your school bag or play with Olya. The sounds of splashing water came from the kitchen. It meant that the argument was over and Mom had the last word. Oh. Okay. Eyeball. Oh, I guess it can show us what we can check out. The dark, stuffy closet. Mom says it smells like mice, but how would she know their smell? She hates when I stick my nose in there. She's afraid I'll cut myself on the freshly sharpened axe. And Olya can't even be lured close to it. She thinks Babai is living in there. I tried to help her fight her fears once. I opened the door and turned on a dim lamp so she would see that it was nothing but cobwebs and Dad's tools and scratched walls. She still didn't believe me. And I like to hide in the closet and listen to Olya count outside. 1, 2, 3, better hide from me. And then drag her feet on the creaking floorboards, hoping that she wouldn't need to look for me in the cramped monster's den. Mom's pig top, a family relic. Mom played with it when she was little, and then she gifted it to me. Olya was next in the succession line. The toy belongs to her now. She stared at the dancing spindle as if it could show her something. A fairy tale, or maybe our future. Now, even my little sister was a bit too old for the squeaky peg top. This cross has seen so many people come and go in this house. It was black as if it absorbed all the human sins from the long years it was hanging under the ceiling. After Grandma died, Mom was going to take it off and hang a horseshoe in its place as a lucky charm, but she cut herself with a cross's shop corner and almost fell from the stepladder. Dad called it a sign from above and ordered the cross to be left alone in its rightful place. Closet. My parents prohibit me from making long-distance calls, but from time to time I really want to hear my old friends. Sometimes I would just pick up the phone, listen to the low hum of the zoomer and the distant cackling, imagining the wind howling in the ice-leaden cords. What else can I look at? I think that's it. I think that's all I can listen to. To the kitchen. Photos. There's photos and stuff on here. The side of an old ocean freezer. Let's check it with my old childish drawings. Mom's recipes and all kinds of stickers from bubblegum and with dinosaurs that Olya likes so much. Among that still life picture hung a piece of ruled paper with the phone number of the police officer who visited us. First Lieutenant Tikhonov. I read inside my mind, looking at the officer's sprawling and handwriting. A scrap of paper was held by 2 pieces of a broken magnet from some old Soviet toy, and those pieces just barely covered up the numbers if to taunt me. I leaned toward it to unveil the mystery and take the piece to a safer place, where it would wait for a time where I could finally find Vova and be the first to call the police with the happy news. Anton! Mom's reproachful eyes stared at me. What do you need it for? Hands off, you'll lose it. Anger at my mom was the last thing I wanted, so I lowered my hand. Oh, okay. A radio. Emercom of Russia has declared a state of emergency due to adverse weather conditions. According to the weather forecast, a cyclone is moving towards the region. Expect heavy snowfall, blizzards, and snowdrifts on the road. Keep your eyes open and take care of yourself. I took a peek at Mom's crossword. She would get very angry when someone gave her advice, so me and Dad faked knowing the answers and being about to reveal it all the time. I smiled at that fleeting thought. Vertical, 9 letters. The name of the Philistine deity that protected them from viper bites had a nickname, Lord of the Flies. The second letter is E. Calendar. The decrepit and stain-covered calendar was once my favorite form of entertainment in Grandma's house. I remember waking up and running to the kitchen so I could tear off yesterday's leaf first thing in the morning, as if the coming day would get lost in the taiga forest without me. Well, without my help. One day closer to New Year's, one day closer to Grandma's funeral. I haven't touched this calendar for years now. Since the time they started writing dark and spooky death chants that only made me gloomy instead of funny proverbs and superstitions, to be exact. I grabbed the dusty calendar leaf with caution, tore it off effortlessly. Sadly, the spooky description from my childhood was still there. 7 horses carry the log. If 7 can't carry, bring the 8th from a fairy. They will take it away and never come back. This is the fate the log cannot escape. I crumpled the gray leaf and threw it into the waste bin, hoping to get rid of the anxiousness that washed over me. It was spreading inside me like an ink stain on blotting paper. Kakarot! Hi! It has been a while. How are you doing, Kakarot? How are you doing? You've been missed. How are you? I'm okay. A little asthmatic today, but I'm okay. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. Open. We got a fridge. Medicine. There's medicine in here. Oop. Nope, I wanted to look at the fridge. Grandma kept ice cream for me and Olya there. Then I could only see meat bits for soup and clumped together pelmeni. I grew to hate them already. Pelmeni. I know what pelmeni is. It's like a... I guess it's like a fritter or like a dumpling. In a way. Kind of. Like it's usually filled with like onions and potatoes and sometimes meat. From what I know. What else is there to look at? Oh, I looked at everything here. Mother! Hello, Mother. I'm doing good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Kakarot. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. We're playing Tiny Bunny today. I don't know. I don't remember if you were there for the prologue, but we're playing the full game today. I'm very excited. It was difficult to lie to Mom, but there was no other way for me to run away from home. Mom! Something's wrong with the TV. The picture is dim and there are stripes all over the screen. Mom's face became visibly distorted. Ah, you're killing me here. So, have you had enough of shooting those stupid ducks now? told you the kinescope would go dim because of your console. Where will you find a TV technician in this hole, huh? Maybe it's just a setting. Please, go see for yourself. Strange. It works fine in the morning. Maybe the snowfall caused it. Mom rubbed her hands clean on her apron and went to Olia's room. Cool, now we can sneak out. To the front yard! Ooh. I opened the front gate and went into the field. Carefully, so Mom wouldn't see me from the window. When I crossed half of the distance towards the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I remember my nightly fears. Oh, well, I'm gonna say it because we just lied to our mom. We're gonna get our ass kicked. I saw the silhouettes around here. They were jumping around holding hands. Excuse me. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the light of day, those distant figures feel like a simple dream. The sun turned my nightmares into ash, but the aftertaste was still there. Distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows crawling on the snow alongside me. And a barely audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost kind. Everything was silent. So silent I felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents, no Olia. The time reached its limit. A one-way trip that ended at the forest's pink stockade. Piney stockade, excuse me. Sometimes silence was much scarier than any scream. Our parents would scream at each other while arguing, and both me and Olia turned to stone listening to them. But then always came the ringing silence. Our apartment became numb a couple of days before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time Mom and Dad joked around, laughed, or spent time together, almost like all of it was a previous life. When they kissed with Olia present, she always frowned and snorted in a funny way. But one day it all changed. Something important had left our home, and something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke out and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though? From the people with dead cold eyes who sometimes visited us in our previous home? The eyes that only saw balls of worms in the background of everything. Somewhere far away, a siren was going off, trying to warn us of the coming menace. I shuddered, chasing away my delusions, and looked around. There was only me, this white field, and the wind that was whipping up icy dust and belts of powdered snow. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. Knobby tree roots slithered under the snow like fat snakes. Rotten leaves and carnivorous needles frozen into the ice. Excuse me. Dry, prickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some object was hanging from one of the pointy branches. I tried to get closer, drowning in snow, and when I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. It looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-dark. Should I take it to the police? Here's a decision we should... I'm always going to try to save at decisions to see what we can... Because I know this game is dependent on... The ending of the game is dependent on the choices we make. Like most games of this nature. Oh, hello, my fluffy son. He's in his hammock. He was asleep until right now. Hi, Bubby. It wouldn't be one of my streams if it wasn't an obligatory Bubby mention. Hi, Bubbo. There we go. Should I take it to the police? The senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova from my favorite TV show called The Streets of Broken Lights. He was also always anxious, with a tired look in his eyes, but still brave and strong. Will this mitten help them find the lost boy? Vova! I heard a distant shout. It looked like it came from the river. Vova! As if the trees were calling out to someone. Vova! Resounded closer to me. Someone was standing there behind the trees. Hiding. Vova! I knew someone was looking for the lost boy, but still. It wouldn't be a stream if at least one of the two cats didn't take over the stream. For real. Booby is nice and subdued today. He had a shenaniganery all last night, and it kept me up most of the night. So he's now very much chilling. Let's see. I knew someone was looking for the lost boy, but still, something was unsettling about that figure. Its stillness, how it was bent unnaturally towards the ground. Its blackness. There's no one there, just branches and roots. It's all just my imagination. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. Hey! A shadow split from the tree and disappeared from sight. I looked away for just a moment, but when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. So it was my imagination after all. Silence reigned for a painfully long time. Oh, that's silent. My muscles were tightly sprung. My heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the thicket, and I'd sprint. But nothing of the sort happened. I looked at the mitten once more. Hold on, let me fix my settings real quick. It's a little funky wonky. There we go. Alright, cool. I looked at the mitten once more. Oh, a choice. Oh, we're gonna take it. That way we can give it to the cops and be like, hey, I found this outside. Let's grab that. I decided to take the lonely mitten from the branch. Oh, over. A shout rumbled across the field and dissolved at the distance. No echo, no hope for reply. Oh shit. I stepped towards the bristly trees and tried to claim my find. It didn't budge. I pulled harder, the branch cracked and the mitten tore off, landing in my hand with a squishy sound. All too heavy. Wet. I squeezed it without thinking and something dark spilled from it, forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Steam rose from the snow pile. Oh no. Oh no. I froze in place, studying my palms in disgust. Red. The sound of cracking branches invaded the silence. I didn't have to think twice before running away. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches, closing the distance with giant leaps. Snow was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew into my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. They'll drag me to the thicket. I'll be gone forever. But there was one more voice, probably one of reason. It gave me strength, spurred me on. You can do it. Don't stop. I heard an animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears went numb. Their nostrils sucked in freezing air. They sensed my fear. Two giant wings flapped above my head. An enormous shadow fell over the clearing. A hoot, a wheeze. Their roars were coming from all directions now. From dried-up raspberry bushes, from twisted pines, from under the windfall. Hurry! Run! Don't look back! I felt like I was inside a nightmare. The snowy clearing becoming viscous like quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my leg from the mushy trap just to be caught in a new one, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Somewhere, something in the snow pile was clutching at my pants. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots slipped out from the hole and my soles were on a hard surface again. I reached a clear path with one jump and from there ran to my house. Its gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. The house was my line of defense from the shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were hidden under the snow. I tripped over the doorstep and snatched the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks. As if a dog was striking the wood with his paws, demanding to let in so it could escape the cold. I hadn't noticed these marks when I was leaving. The heartbeat in my ears was much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in our front yard and Mom had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled the doorknob and obediently gave way. I rolled into the hallway, shut the door behind me. Porch planks creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click it in place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful, flimsy barrier. Sorry, I do not like this sort of talk in my chat, so, how do I... mods, is any mods here? Can you please... hell. One moment, then. One moment. Yeah, please don't. I don't welcome that kind of language in my chat. I'm sorry. Please do not. Do not do that, or you will be banned. I like to keep my place a little bit more clean and wholesome, if you will. So that sort of stuff is not something I like here. You're welcome to stay to watch, but please don't make jokes like that. Thank you, my lovely mod. Thank you, my lovely mod. You will be paid accordingly. I shall send you feet pics in the mail. Wasabi. Thanks, Wasabi. Appreciate it. Timeout time. You're welcome to stay, but you're on timeout. Into the corner you go. We don't play this here. We don't play with those type of jokes here. Okay, where was I? Someone was standing on the... No independent reading for you. Yes, you're on timeout. You go sit in the naughty corner. No story time for you. You don't get no treats. You gave feet pics of the good work. He absolutely will. Quality feet pics, just for you. Okay, let's get back to the story. Also, thank you, Wasabi. I appreciate it. You're the best. Alright, someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful, flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than blankets. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. I smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she always used when talking to Dad. What exactly didn't you understand when I told you to never slam the door? I didn't mean to. I snicker glanced at the door. The smell was gone and the breath was too. If there was someone in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 meters away from Mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring, and with the last bit of strength I had left in my body, too. My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression changed immediately. The cold mass of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants plastered with snow. Where have you been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you, too? I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her like when I was very little and wanted her to cuddle me. But Mom regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out. Your dad can't find his cigarettes. Be honest, did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? There was someone chasing me. I thought... I stuttered as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mom leaned towards me and sniffed my clothes like a beast searching for the smell of tobacco. Then she squinted in her eyes of suspicion and looked into the front yard. Her expression changed in an instant. She covered her mouth with her hand. Look, over there, at the fence! My heart started thumping as if I became prey once again and my pursuers were following me in the field. I could swear I heard something scratching at the door, just like in my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger and gathered all my remaining bravery to look in the kitchen window, facing my fears. I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in snow through the icy winter patterns on the glass. Dogs! Just a small pack of strays, with no name and owner, barely reminding of the hungry monsters that live on the edge of the forest. Oh boy, were you scared of them? I think they'd rather be scared of you, Anton. They were chasing me, like a bunny. What the dog doing? What the dog doing indeed. What if they're rabid? The smile had slowly disappeared from Mom's face. Now she looked at the dogs as if it were her first time seeing them. What if they attack Olya? Mom? I wish your dad could just shoot them all. Mom, look, they're alive. Huh? What? Are they your friend or foe after all? Make up your mind. You're not a little kid anymore. Mom sighed in annoyance, and I felt so bitter that I bit my lower lip and fixed my gaze on the cobweb-ridden corner just to rid myself from crying. Well, some detective I am. In reality, I wasn't risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. And what for? What use do I have for this mitten? Of course! A dark and sticky mitten that belonged to the lost boy made a squish sound in my hand. It seems like I was clutching it the whole time. That's my trump card as a detective. I hurried to present this clue to my mom. Mom, look! This is Volva's mitten. The boy in the picture... The boy that the police was asking about this morning. It's drenched in blood. I found it hanging on a tree. I can show where. Let's call the police right away, like the officer had told us to. Mom, look! Ew! A shadow of doubt slowly crept onto Mom's contorted face. It was as if she was trying to remember something distant. Like someone tries to remember their dream, but the images slip away. Stop at this moment. Olya will go insane if she hears you. She already has trouble sleeping and whines all the time. And you joke around like this. At the moment I realized the mint was actually wet from snow. There was no blood whatsoever. I wanted to sink to the floor from embarrassment. Come here, my boy, he cried, Wolf. Oh, don't just stand there. Come take your pills. A golden-colored pill, reminiscent of a dead wasp, fell into my hand. I already took one during breakfast. Don't talk over me. I told you to stay home, and you... Dad would have given you a good whipping for that. Come on, take it, or you won't be able to sleep at night. And you have school tomorrow. So I had a swallow of the bitter medication, drinking it down with a similarly awful water that gave off a taste of chlorine. Maybe it wasn't Volva's mitten. Maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. Just like the forest monsters. And Olya's owl. Am I going mad? What's happening to me? Either the pill had an immediate effect or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Serenity washed over me, bringing a yawning indifference along with it. Anton, you done? See, you can do it when you try. Take off your coat. Are you asleep? No, Mom. I was just thinking. About what? What about, I wonder? It's something silly. Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes. As if she wasn't sure if she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the forest. Is everything alright? You had the exact same expression when the policeman asked you about the window. I'm alright, Mom. She heaved a deep sigh. Fine. It seems like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric had become discolored. Fingerprints appeared on the bathroom tiles. The light bulbs also felt different, dimmer and yellower. Even the saliva inside my mouth had a different taste. A melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. Olia was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episodes and was switching to other tapes. I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink, and studied my reflection in the mirror, like I was trying to solve one of those spot the difference puzzles. Then I went upstairs. Jafar and Iago's voices died down. I walked past Olia's bedroom and slipped into my own. Let's see what we can look at. My drawings! I've tried to becoming an artist since Dad bought me my first comic book. Fly magazine was the coolest. I especially liked the big space-related editions with alien monsters and the funny episode about a Ginderame. I started drawing all kinds of stuff since that day, and I seem to be getting pretty good at it. One of my letters even got published in Fly once. Maybe someday they'll even publish my comic. Cool. Books. Dinosaur. My Triceratops figurine. I know all sorts of dinosaurs. Velociraptors. Afrovenerators. Oh god, this is the worst for somebody who is has a speech impediment. Hypsilophodonts. Okay, that's the best as I was gonna get. I remember going to the movies to see Jurassic Park back when we still lived in the city, and taking pictures of the T-Rex in the hall. It turned its head and roared. Wait, what's this game even about? I have no idea! But we're about to find out. It turned its head and roared. It was awesome. And next to it was a Robotech transformer. I love this cartoon. When a jet fighter speeds up in the intro song When a jet fighter speeds up in the intro among the sounds of a blaster fire, you know your next 20 minutes will surely be amazing. Zentradi Space Station is captured. Rick, get ready for battle. He's just a kid. He's just a child. He's just a baby. Oh. What else can we look at? Oh, comic book. Monsters, ghosts, UFOs. The Encyclopedia of Paranormal Phenomenon from Roseman Publishing. I learned about the Loch Ness Monster, Medusa, Gorgon, and Bigfoot from here. Olia was always scared of this book. She could barely handle sifting through the monsters and alien section with me, but the middle part where they start to talk about ghosts really freaked her out. I even remember hunting ghosts after I read that book. I measured the distance between items on my table and every evening and checked if they moved due to some supernatural force come the morning. They didn't. But to be honest, what was I expecting? To meet Casper the Ghost? I believe this takes place in the 90s. But yeah, I think this game, I don't know what this game is. What the fluff and fluff. Hello. Sister mine that you must be. The forest didn't look as grim as during the day. Entangled tree branches in the distance and the snowy fields between our house and the forest brought sleepiness to my eyes. But sometimes I would still catch myself looking at the window at the icy treetops instead of doing my homework. There's a pair of feeties here. Hello. How strange, I remember removing this curtain. I think my sister is here to try to scare me. Okay. We're not going to acknowledge it? Okay. Is there still enough time to save Kurt Cobain? I don't believe so. Didn't... Jurassic Park came out in 1996, I believe. When did Kurt Cobain make a visit to the Fun Gun Factory? I think it was around 94. I don't remember. I do not remember. I thought Jurassic Park was the 80s. Well, time to ask our old friend Google. Hey Google, when did Jurassic Park come out? 1993. There we go. I was off by 3 years. So, yeah, this takes place, I think, in the early 90s. Early to mid-90s. I think that's the best way I can say it. The early to mid-90s. Alright. I was thinking it was like 87 or 89. Close enough. Not too close, but close enough. Alright, one of the drawers was empty. I hid the mitten in there. Just plop that wet, nasty mitten. Probably moldy. Probably has bugs in it. Let's go. This simple action drained the last bit of strength from me. Kurt Cobain didn't Kurt Cobain himself until 94, so there's still a chance. Well, we are in Russia, so at this point in time, so I don't think we could stop Kurt Cobain from doing a Kurt Cobain, unfortunately. And for those who don't know who Kurt Cobain is, I'm not going to explain it. That's something you should research on your own time. I sat on the bed, and only then I noticed there was someone behind the curtain. My tired hand dropped to the sheets. Whether it was due to the medication I took or to the stress I underwent, the room began to contort as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The corner of the room bent and undulated. The only stable thing in the whole room was the figure between the windowsill and the curtains. A flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor. It reminded me of burial sheets. Olya? Who else could be standing there? I stood up and licked my dried lips. Yeah, Olya, it's so funny. The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains, as if there was a thick layer of darkness there and not a human being. I reached towards the curtains. Badum beat my heart, controlled by medication. The wind sang in the field with a chorus of voices. For a second I wanted to return to the bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtain, knowing full well they were looking back at me. They were looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. Plastic rings rustled against the holder when I pulled the curtains open. Gotcha! I knew it was you from the beginning. A blinding bright halo lit up above Olya's head, with the setting sun as the background. My sister was shining. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say she was shining with happiness. I always retorted, "But Dad, she's not some flashlight." But I brought her to the window one day and sun poured onto her smiling face. I felt like I was holding a light-woven child. I'm getting vibes you don't want Kurt Cobain alive. I'm trying my best. No! I mean, if we could go back to change the things that were terrible and horrible, we could, but we can't. You know? I wish there was a thing people could do, but we cannot. We only try to learn from the past and move on to the future. Hopefully doing better. I saw everything! Oh, really? What did you hide? She was just like my mom when she was little, before she put on her sad mask of tiredness and switched to her commanding tone of voice. It's nothing, just... Olya ran up to the table, her eyes round, and asked, "You stole something and hid it there. Are you a thief?" What? Don't be stupid. I didn't steal anything. A clear image came to mind, that mitten hanging from a tree branch. What if I did steal it after all? What's next? You'll prevent me from saving Princess Di? You should save Princess Di. She was apparently very wonderful. I never knew that our visual novel from Russia was popular around the world. Hello, Tired Kid. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I am loving this story so far. The art is just gorgeous. The story is so much fun. I'm doing my best to voice the characters even though I'm a little bit unwell. But welcome, Tired Kid. How are you doing today? I hope you are having a lovely day. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. My name is Kate Noctis. I'm just your friendly neighborhood cat girl. I do all sorts of streams, from gaming to art to storytelling. Just a little bit of everything. Just, chill hangout times, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm in love with the story so far. I just started. I'm already in love. I'm having so much fun. I hope you stick around and hang out with us. We like to have a wholesome fun time here. Silly, goofy, wholesome fun time here. Everyone here is lovely. My chatters are some of the most lovely people I've ever met. So I hope you get to stick around and feel comfortable while we do the story. And thank you for being here. And also, I hope you're having a lovely day. See, what if I did steal it after all? From the forest, from the tilted figure standing behind the black trees. Olia could be selfish and stubborn when she wanted. Then show me! Swear that you won't tell anyone, then I'll show you. Olia wore a plotting smile. I swear on Mom's heart! An elf she heard in one of the movies about the pioneers we've watched. Don't say things like that. Olia nodded and made a gesture with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. She was filled with curiosity that was splashing in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer and Olia leaned in, holding her breath. It looked like there was not just a simple mitten, but some sort of exotic critter. Is this someone's mitten? She said that as if she couldn't understand what she saw. A certain boy lost it, and got lost himself. Now do you understand how dangerous it is for kids to wander off in the forest, right? He must be really cold out there. Will they find him? They will. The police are going house to house, showing this photo to everyone. Olia traversed the room with care and pressed her tiny palms against the window. And why are they going to the houses and not the forest? Are they scared? The question caught me off guard. The police aren't scared of anything. They've already scouted the forest. Yeah, right, flashed in my clouded mind. Try to play other Russian novel called... I cannot pronounce that. I'm gonna butcher it. I am terrible at pronunciations. Auturska Delia Skufa? An alt girl for scuff? I'll definitely look into it. I'm always open to game suggestions, especially like foreign games. It's always fascinating to me to play games from different places and see how storytelling and art and media kind of all like differ from each other, I guess, in the best way, like in the best possible way, you know? There are many different ways of storytelling in games that's just so lovely and fun and amazing and different and just versatile, and I adore it. So thank you for that. Actually, I'm gonna write that down so that way I can look it up. Hopefully there's an English translation of it, because I only know 2 languages, and Russian unfortunately is not one of them. Jack! Hello, Jack. Welcome. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing okay. Your roommate hit you? That's terrible. That's terrible. You better report him. Report him! Report. Do not, don't stand for that shit. Don't stand for that shit. We don't condone violence in this household. I hope you're okay. Make sure to keep yourself safe, okay? But let's get back to the story. Yeah, right, flashed in my clouded mind. Did they really check every nook and cranny where darkness, cold, and whispers of icy branches dwell? If that's the case, how did they miss the mitten? Or did it appear later, for me? I changed the topic. As if trying to get Olia as far away as possible from the forest thicket. We may get a reward if I go and find this boy myself. Channel popped up in recommendations. Seems good, I sub. Oh, thank you, Sakuya. Welcome. For all the new lovely people here, my name is Kind and Considerate. I'm just your friendly neighborhood cat girl. I enjoy playing games, reading stories, doing art streams. I do a little bit of everything. I'm a variety streamer. I do a little bit of everything. So I hope you stick around and hang out. We love having a wholesome good time here. We're very supportive here. So I hope you can feel right at home. And welcome to the Floofle family. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you. So I hope you stick around and we can get on to the story. Oh, I also have 2 cats that like to make their appearance known every once in a while. So don't be surprised if you hear me talking to my cats suddenly, because they both are very cuddly sweet babies, and they like to sit on my keyboard and demand cuddles whenever I'm in the middle of anything. So yeah, let's see. We may get a reward if I go and find this boy by myself. A lot of stuff, like in the Wheel of Fortune. Sounds cool, right? Olia wasn't listening to me. Also, if you hear banging, like thumping in the background, that's my neighbors outside. They are moving. I have some neighbors that are moving, so if you hear like voices and stuff from a distance, that's just that. I have some neighbors moving, so don't mind that. I have to keep my windows open because my room gets extremely hot. Even now when the weather's starting to get cooler, my room is a sauna. I don't have dogs, I have cats. I have cats, Wasab, you know this. They're lovely, fluffy babies. Alright, enough of that. Olia wasn't listening to me. She was piercing the forest with incredibly adult eyes, uncharacteristic for her. What if the owl got him? Nonsense. An owl won't be able to lift a human. But you know what? I was picking my words with the utmost care. I forced them out of my overexerted brain. Stay away from the forest. I think it's... How should I put it? It's cursed or something. Just like in a fairy tale? No, more like in that spooky tape our parents hid from us. Oya shivered and stole a glance out the window. I saw you running away. Someone was chasing you? No, it's just... I was hurrying back home so Mom wouldn't be worried. As I looked at my sister, my heart was tearing apart. She was so fragile. It was so easy to stifle her light. A gust of wind, and her small fire would be gone. You're lucky. Mom won't even let me go outside. I'm like a princess in the tower. I can't go anywhere. I'll die from boredom here. You're wrong. No one has ever died from boredom. And you have me and your cartoons, and Mom and Dad will be good to each other soon. You know what I would wish for on my next birthday? I wish for Mom and Dad to turn into children so we can go and play together like we used to. Yeah, if you make them as small as bugs, we can place them in a little box. Olia giggled and tugged at my sleeve. Tosha, let's go watch Aladdin. Fatigue won over my desire to be with my little sister. I was washed over by some sort of heinous apathy. I'm too tired. I don't want to. Come on. It's so boring alone and Mom is always so busy. We could pick excuse me. We could pick a cartoon you haven't seen before. I know all of your tapes by heart at this point. Not all of them. You haven't watched Peter Pan. Remember how you fell asleep in the middle of it? And so much happens after that. Let's go, let's go! Maybe a bit later. Should I tell you how it ends? Let's leave that for tomorrow. I won't tell you tomorrow. I know, let's play hide and seek. No, Olia. Then draw me a dino. Olia, please. Draw it! Leave me alone already. I blurted it out without thinking, and then I was immediately taken aback. I never screamed at my little sister like that. Olia stared at me in shock. Her lips started trembling, a precursor to tears. My chest was seething with disgust and embarrassment. What's happening to me? It's called puberty, my dear child. You're 12. You're gonna be... It's time for puberty. I really like visual novels a lot. So a lot of them give me a bittersweet feeling after reading. Like it's like a form of art. It is. I also love visual novels, especially ones with like amazing storytelling. I am a sucker for good storytelling. I am absolutely like I love for when it comes, especially when it comes to games, it's good storytelling and good music, and this game has both so far, and I'm very much enjoying it. My chest was seething with disgust and embarrassment. What's happening to me? I hurried to prevent Olia from crying. Alright, you win. Let's go watch cartoons for a bit. I don't wanna. I came up to her, put my hand on her soft head. Let's go. Let's go watch Peter Pan. Boo! You'll fall asleep again. I smiled and lifted her chin. Her eyes were wet and felt bottomless. I promise I won't. And I'll draw you a full Triceratops later. Hooray! Triceratops. Well, close enough. Olia rubbed her eyes with the sleeve of her pajamas and a shining smile returned to her face. I'll go ask Mom for condensed milk and bread while you rewind the tape. The bread is fresh, just how you like it. Alright, just be careful not to spill the milk, or you'll get yelled at again. Want to bet I won't spill it? The tape is somewhere in the nightstand. Look for it. Olya disappeared into the doorway, and I dragged my feet into the neighboring room. Yuck. Yeah, puberty is gross. We all go through it. It happens. But, you know, thankfully, most of us have already grown out of it. Alrighty, let's look around our sister's room. You can see some stuff. A piggy bank. Olya's saving money for a real puppy because Dad said that taking care of him will take a lot of money. Olya's countless toys. An old teddy bear. I'm sorry, that squeak sound just got me. Let's see, an old teddy bear is the main attraction here. Olya doesn't sleep without it, and she digs her nose into its fur when she sleeps. It must be snot covered. Disgusting. Doggo? Window? Nothing. Let's see, what else can we look at? Window, there we go. I knew we could look at the window. The scary window where Olya sees that accursed owl every night, lurking in the dark. Olya keeps curtains open during the day, but as soon as the twilight comes, she shuts them tight so she won't see the pair of hungry eyes outside. Cool. Anything else we can look at? Nope. Hey, there's a Chip and Dale poster here! Oh, I remember this show when I was a kid. It's so good. I love Chip and Dale. Yeah, she got Slinky. She's a Disney fan. I approve. I love the old Disney. Not so much the new Disney, but I love the old Disney. The old photon TV was gathering dust in the corner. All that was left was clicking the buttons on the front panel. Cool. The tube warmed up and familiar white noise started dancing on the black screen. I fully developed my frontal lobe like 3 weeks ago. Damn, so that's some late puberty shit happening. Let's see. The tube warmed up and familiar white noise started dancing on the black screen. I almost reached out to turn on the VCR when the noise calmed down and a blurry image appeared for a moment. It was a dark taiga forest, just like the ones outside my window. Whoa! Just outside my window. The picture split the screen in half. Something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker. Ooh. Just a few moments later, the scenery was again overshadowed by noise. Did it catch some rogue signal? Local TV stations only really showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. And only just recently I used to always watch Robotech before school. It was so awesome. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna. What if I catch this channel again? You know what? I'm gonna save. I always like to save, just in case. Cool. On the other hand, Olya asked me to find the tape. It wouldn't be nice to disappoint her, but in my sleepy state, I didn't have the strength to do all of it. So, do we fuck with the TV? Let's see, do we mess with the TV, or do we... Oh, I'm glad I saved. I want to stick my finger in the socket. Can I stick my finger in the socket? End it all? Just stick my finger right up in there? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's not disappoint our sister, huh? We already almost made her cry. Let's not. I sifted through the shelves full of dolls and blue hippos from Kinder Surprise. I found the tape and I needed thanks to its shabby spine. Very nice. I got the black rectangle from its box. The tape inside rustled while rewinding to the beginning. This rustle was lulling me to sleep. Ah! Oh gosh, excuse me. Sorry about that. My phone was ringing. Some random spam caller called me. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. Anyway. The tape inside rustled while rewinding to the beginning. This rustling was lulling me to sleep. Drowsiness attacked me while I was squatting before the TV. Images whirled in my head. Me and Olya flying above the forest, tumbling in the soft clouds. My little sister was laughing, but her smile became more and more forced with each passing second. I noticed that the clouds underneath us part, bearing the bristly pine tops. Swampy darkness slurped among the trees. The wings are no longer able to hold us in Olya. You haven't started without me, have you? My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk. I rubbed my eyes. No, come sit. Mom and Dad are arguing again. They're going through rough times. Rough times are lame. On the screen, Wendy was hiding Peter Pan's shadow into the dresser. Olya was entertained by the cartoonish dog Nana. Maybe Mom and Dad will buy us a dog too. Yeah, right. I'll have my own dog in the Neverland, and a cat, and a parrot. Olya smeared a slice of bread with a thick layer of condensed milk and handed it to me. Have you lost all of your baby teeth? Obviously. Olya frowned deep in thought. Peter Pan has baby teeth. What if they won't let you go to his land with adult teeth? We'll think of something. We'll ask Dad to alter your age in the passport. And why would Dad forge documents? Olya took a bite of the sandwich and started talking with her mouth full. Whoa! I heard Mom hear her before. You'll grow ears as big as Dumbo's. Olya got worried and touched her ear. I smiled to myself. My little sister was silent now. She just devoured bread, watching the adventures of Peter Pan, Tinker Bell, and James Hook. As if she got sucked into the fairy tale Neverland. To be honest, I also imagined myself there, in a land where no one ages, where no one ever argues over little things, where no one listens to fights and the sound of broken plates at night. It felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my sister's scream pulled me back to reality. Tasha! Shut the curtains fast! Why? No one's watching you. It's dark! And when it's dark, the owl comes! I'm scared! I got out of the bed, fighting my drowsiness, and closed the curtains. Yeah, let's close them curtains. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we got it. We good. I did my best not to look outside toward the treetops, towards the taiga forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Of course, it was just a visual effect from the shadows of branches scraping the snow. Tosha, Mom thinks I made the owl up. And Dad too. Thinks I'm a liar since I'm small. But the owl exists. Honestly it does. You believe me, right? That it comes every night and... I swiftly grabbed Olya's hands and looked her in the eyes. I was trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. But did I really have those qualities? Yes, I believe you, all right? Just don't nag our parents about it anymore. They're already dealing with a lot, so they'll just get mad at you. Come to me if anything happens. Well, hello, Bean. Thank you for making your presence known. That was my girl, Beans. She likes to sleep in high places. And don't look out the window. But it wants me to look. Doesn't matter. Act like it doesn't exist and never existed. Like it's made up, just like Mom and Dad said. It'll get tired of waiting and fly away. Pyro, look out your window. I see trees. I see plants. I see a cat staring at me in front of the window. One of two. Hello, Pyro. Hello. Welcome. How are you doing today, friend? I hope you are doing well. I hope you're having a lovely day. If you're new here, my name is Kate the Noctis. I'm just your friendly neighborhood cat girl. And today we're playing a game called Tiny Bunny. I've played the prologue to this before. But now we're playing the full game, so I'm very excited to share it with you. I hope you're having a lovely day. Now grab the cat. She doesn't like to be grabbed, so I will not do that. We followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing had happened. As if the forest didn't kidnap kids. As if our parents weren't tearing each other apart bit by bit. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile, and Captain Pan was headed to London on a gilded sailboat. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my little sister. Olia's eyelids had dropped. She started snoring lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. I stood up and left Olia's room. I was looking out the window, studying the field, when Mom peeked into my room. Enough playing around. It's your first day at school tomorrow. Go to bed. You should sleep properly. You don't want to be teased for being sleepy, right? Adults think everything is so simple. As if sound sleep would ensure my classmates would like me. I covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the sound. Listened to the house humming. There's something invisible rustling in the corner. Ooh. Excuse me. My inner voice had a question for... I completely missed that. Oops. Hold on. Can I... Backlog. Backlog? Yes, there we go. My inner voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that mysterious flute again? Yes or no? I never like it when they give me choices. It's fine. Maybe it's just a part of growing up, but I can't fully understand my own desires. The forest wailed behind the barrier that was my walls. Some ethereal entity wandered into the fields. Branches shook as if calling for me. The wind howled on in the night. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into slumber. It has come after all. Oh! I got a cheapo. Examine all the objects in episode 1. Let's go! The day I feared most. The first day of a new school term. Oh! We finished episode 1! Let's go! I think I'm going to end it here, actually. I'm gonna get to the next save point, and I think I'll end it here. Because I want to be able to keep playing through it, but at the same time I did want to make this episodic. I'm enjoying this game way too much. I don't know if I want to stop, but I definitely do have to. Because I wanted this to be episodic, so I'm gonna get to the next save point. Right here. I'm gonna save. We're gonna save right here. Yes. Alright. This is awesome! Awesome. We went through the first chapter pretty quickly. I'm very surprised. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. This was let's see, can we go to the main menu? Yes, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. I am enjoying this game very much. But yes, I wanted to make this episodic, so I didn't expect us to finish chapter 1 so quickly. Or episode 1, excuse me, so quickly. But that's fine, But I guess I could talk to you guys for a little bit. How are you guys liking the story? How's my voice acting? I know it's not the best. But how many episodes are there? No idea! I have no idea how many episodes there are. But we're gonna go episode by episode, so that way we can stretch out the stream a little bit more. I do have plans for other games. I definitely want to play some more games in the upcoming weeks, because it's the spooky month, and we love the spooky month here. Tomorrow we will be playing Zero Escape: Virtue's Last Reward with our friend Cal, our lovely friend of the channel and fellow VTuber Calvin Frostel, who is my best friend. I love that dude. He's like my bestie for life, and we've been playing the Zero Escape. Thanks for enjoying our novels. Tired Kid, I hope you stick around for the rest of it. I definitely want to be able to play more games like this. I am very much enjoying this. I'm very excited to play this again soon. But yeah, thank you for being here, Tired Kid. I appreciate you so much. I do hope you stick around. I love interacting with my chat. I love talking with all you guys. Sometimes I'll just spend a whole stream just chatting with everybody, which I thoroughly enjoy. Yeah, so today's a bit of a quieter day. Like I said, I'm not feeling the best. My asthma is acting up. I am been feeling a little bit ill lately. Which is not anything new for those of you who've been here long enough to know that I'm sickly. So, but but yeah, I'll be taking some time to recover for the rest of the day, which is also why I'm ending a little bit earlier than normal. It's gonna be a very busy day for me, so I'm gonna take a little time to rest before I have to be an adult and do adult things like chores and bills and other fun stuff. Yay, adulting. Oh, I would love to. I can't wait to play more of this game. It's so much fun. For all those who are new here, I always like taking game recommendations. I always love story recommendations too. I do story time readings. I like to read books and story times as well. So if you guys have any book recommendations, I'll see if I can try to get them, because I always love reading new type of stories and novels and things like that. So that's also something I enjoy. I also do art streams where I can sit and talk with you guys while I draw a funky little picture. I plan on doing another art stream again next week, so hopefully we can do some more spooky drawings for the spooky month, because you guys know I love me some Halloween. I love me my Halloween. But yeah, tomorrow, like I said, we'll be playing Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward with Cal and Frostel. So I hope you guys can tune in for that as well. It's an 18+ stream, so you know the dealio, because of a lot of the suggestive themes and stuff like that. So, and also because a lot of the topics we talk about can be a little out of pocket. So, but yes, thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you for being here. I'm gonna actually go get some rest. I hope to see all of you again tomorrow, if you guys can be here. And if not, I hope you all, if you can't make it tomorrow, I hope you all enjoy your weekend. And I will see you guys on Monday for the Monday morning chat. I'll also be streaming as well with Cal. For the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing some spooky games and finishing up Persona 3 Reload over on his channel on twitch.tv/Calrim_Frosthill. It's a lot of fun. I've never played a Persona game before, and we're almost done with Persona 3 Reload. I'm having an absolute blast with that game. It's a lot of fun. It's a really wonderful experience. It's been an emotional roller coaster for me, which I thoroughly enjoy. But yeah, I'm very excited to keep going on with the spooky month. If anyone has any spooky game recommendations, feel free to let me know. You can message me on Twitter. You can message me on this. If you're a member of my Discord is an 18+ Discord. So if you're a member of my Discord, you can leave some game suggestions in the general chat. Or you can follow me on Twitter if you're not a part of the Discord. And you can send me game recommendations there. You can always be like, hey, Kay, I got some recommendations for you. Things like that. You should play Roblox. One day I'm going to play Roblox, because I know that Roblox has like a lot of scary games, like Doors and stuff like that. I want to try those out. See if my dinky little computer can handle it. One of these days I'm gonna do like a donathon, so that way I can raise some money for a new computer. That way I can do even more cool stuff. One day when I get a better computer, I want to be able to do some cooler stuff like that. I want to also do like charity streams at some point too. I know right now I can't do it because my computer is a potato, and as a potato it will not be able to handle long streams like that. Because I would love to be able to do charity streams for other charities like the Breast Cancer Foundation, the Lupus Foundation, and things like that. The Trevor Project, things of that nature. I would love to be able to raise money for. Maybe for next year, hopefully, if everything works out. Next year will be something I can do. That's a goal. That's one of my goals for 2025. Now that we're getting closer to the end of the year, I've been starting to work on new goals and things like that. That way we can do more things together as a community, not just as like viewer and entertainer, but like as a whole community. I would love to be able to do more community things like that. You know, it's something I've been thinking about a lot. And have been trying to plan for next year. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And it's going to be for a really good cause. You know, things like that. I'm very, very eager to try doing those type of things soon. But, yeah, well, just something to think about. Just something to kind of consider for the future. I'm very excited for that. And, yeah. But I'm going to head off now, you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, afternoon, whatever time it may be, morning, whatever time it may be. I hope you all have a wonderful day. If I don't get to see you guys tomorrow, I hope your weekend is wonderful and lovely and relaxing and fun. And I'll see you guys on Monday in the Monday morning chat if I don't see you guys tomorrow. But if I do see you guys tomorrow, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow for more Zero Escape VLR. So remember, hug your friends, tell someone you love them, and be a force for good in the world, because goodness knows the world needs more goodness. I love you guys so very, very much. I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. And if not, I hope to see you guys on Monday. And take care of yourselves, be good to each other, and give someone you care about a hug, because things have been rough lately for everybody. And everyone deserves a good hug. So yeah, take care all. And I'll be seeing you. Bye!